Jesus' teachings beautifully align with the principles of 5D consciousness, which focuses on living from a higher state of awareness, love, and spiritual unity. In 5D, we transcend the limitations of the physical world, 3D, and embrace a reality where spiritual connection, unity, and love are at the forefront. Here's how Jesus' teachings mirror and guide us toward this elevated state. Love as the foundation of 5D living. Jesus' central message was about love. In 5D, love is not just an emotion but a way of being. It's the highest vibration and the key to accessing spiritual consciousness. Jesus called us to love unconditionally, not just those who love us, but even our enemies. Matthew 5 verse 44. This radical love transcends the ego's desire to control or judge, and instead allows us to live in unity with others. In 5D, this kind of love isn't bound by conditions or expectations. It's pure and unconditional, just like the love that God has for us. This is a transformative love that heals and elevates the soul. Jesus lived out this love by healing the sick, forgiving sinners, and embracing the outcasts of society, showing that in 5D consciousness, all are one and deserving of love. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, and strength. Love your neighbor as yourself. Mark 12 verses 30 to 31. Here, Jesus teaches that love is the highest form of consciousness. When we operate from a place of love, we raise our vibration, opening ourselves to the divine flow. Gratitude and trust in divine flow. 5D living requires us to let go of fear, worry, and control, trusting that God is guiding our lives. Jesus repeatedly encouraged his followers to trust in God's provision and care. He taught us that worrying about tomorrow does not add a single day to our lives. Matthew 6 verses 25 to 34. By releasing control and trusting in divine timing, we align ourselves with the higher frequencies of the universe. Do not worry about tomorrow. Your Heavenly Father knows what you need. Matthew 6 verse 25. In 5D, this teaching invites us to trust the flow of life. Instead of trying to control our circumstances, we surrender to the divine plan, knowing that all is working together for our highest good. This builds faith, peace, and spiritual awareness. Gratitude, as taught by Jesus, is a key practice in raising our vibration. Whether in prayer or simply in moments of appreciation, gratitude shifts our energy from scarcity to abundance. It's not just about being thankful for material blessings, but for the divine presence in all things. Forgiveness as a path to inner freedom. Forgiveness is one of the core teachings of Jesus, and it is absolutely essential to living in 5D. In 5D, we cannot hold on to bitterness or judgment without lowering our vibration. Jesus emphasized the importance of forgiveness, not just for others but also for ourselves. Forgive and you will be forgiven. Luke 6 verse 37. Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. Luke 23 verse 34. Jesus' teachings on forgiveness are revolutionary. He demonstrated this in his own life. On the cross, he forgave those who crucified him. In 5D, we recognize that holding on to grudges or resentment only keeps us tethered to a lower, denser state of consciousness. By forgiving, we free ourselves and others, allowing the divine flow of love to move through us. Forgiveness is not about excusing harmful actions, but about releasing the negative energy that keeps us stuck in lower states of consciousness. When we forgive, we align ourselves with the divine love that flows freely through the universe. Unity and oneness with God. One of the most profound teachings of Jesus is the concept of unity with God. In 5D consciousness, we recognize that we are not separate from God or from one another. We are all interconnected, and our true essence is divine. Jesus taught that he and the Father were one. John 10 verse 30. And that through him, we too could experience oneness with the divine. John 17 verse 21. I and the Father are one. John 10 verse 30. That all of them may be one, Father, just as you are in me and I am in you. John 17 verse 21. This teaching directly mirrors 5D consciousness, where we realize that our true identity is spiritual and not limited to the physical body. We are one with God, one with creation, and one with each other. In this state, there is no division, no separation, just unity and connection. In 5D, this oneness becomes an active experience. We no longer see ourselves as separate beings but as part of the divine fabric of existence. We live in harmony with others and with the natural world, recognizing that all is interconnected. Rising above the material world. Jesus frequently reminded us not to be attached to material wealth or worldly possessions. This is a key teaching for living in 5D consciousness, where we transcend the ego's desire for materialism and begin to focus on spiritual growth. The 3D world is often dominated by the pursuit of external validation, wealth, and power, but 5D invites us to rise above these things and focus on inner peace, love, and divine purpose. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, but treasures in heaven. Matthew 6 verses 19 to 21. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Romans 12 verse 2. In 5D, we live in a state of spiritual abundance, knowing that the true treasures are not earthly but heavenly. We are no longer bound by material desires, and we recognize that true wealth comes from our connection to God and our alignment with spiritual principles. Conclusion: Jesus' teachings as a guide to 5D living. Jesus' life and teachings show us how to live in harmony with the higher frequencies of love, forgiveness, unity, and trust. His message transcends the material world and invites us into a deeper, spiritual reality. By living his teachings, we raise our vibration and align ourselves with 5D consciousness. Jesus didn't just teach religion, he taught spiritual transformation. He showed us how to transcend the ego, live from the heart, and experience oneness with God and all creation. In doing so, he provided us with the roadmap to live in a higher state of awareness, what many today call 5D consciousness.
You came into my world with love so softly